Howdy, howdy, howdy. Well, for those of you guys who don't know, my name is Rigo Marilla. And I'm going to be playing around with some concepts here over the next few weeks. So I want to welcome you to episode one of who knows what I'm doing right now. But we're going to call this the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Show. So for short, we'll just call it ATF. So listen, this is what it breaks down to. For those of you who don't know who I am, know this. I'm a business owner. I am a husband, also a father of 6, 4 boys, 2 girls. And over the last few years, I'd say the last decade, I had the absolute pleasure and blessing to be able to be mentored and work with some of the best minds out there. And what that's done for me is given me a great opportunity to build for myself a fairly successful business. And it's just taught me that right now I'm just in the beginning of learning. So some of the things that I like to do, and I thought I'd start sharing with you guys, are those things. And so kind of an inside joke, but all running, was ATF. And I thought that was kind of a fun name, and we'll run with that. But I enjoy, now that I'm getting a little bit older, I enjoy certain cocktails and drinks. But more importantly, I enjoy my whiskey, bourbons, and scotches. So all things whiskey, and I think we'll get into that. There's a lot of learning still there, but there is a difference between whiskey, bourbon, and scotches. I enjoy tobacco, but more in terms of cigars or pipes. So I got a lot of friends that like pipes. And I'm a big Second Amendment guy. So I do enjoy my firearms. So I thought, you know what? What I'll do, I'll just create a show that's very open. And by all means, at any point in time in my podcast or when I come out, I'd love to offer any sort of advice I can give to upcoming entrepreneurs. If I could help your path be easier, not make some of the mistakes I did, I'd love to share them with you. So there might be some things I don't know. And hopefully as this kind of grows and I start to create some habit in this program, then we'll start making it fun. And maybe we'll get some cool people to join. I know a lot of great folks. Hey, Jared, how we doing, buddy? So anyways, before I get into it, so tonight I am tapping into this Old Forester 1897. It's the bottled in bond. I got recommended to start trying Old Forester here a little while ago. And funny enough, I never gave it much credit, but hold on, let's see if you can hear this. I remember when smelling this used to make me like want to vomit. Now, there's nothing sweeter. Go figure, huh? So anyways, this is a 100 proof, I believe. This is the 100 proof bottle. So I like mine with just a little ice. Nice block of cubed ice. I let it sit for a little. I've learned that the water really opens up the flavors. A good buddy of mine taught me that years ago at the Whiskey Library in Portland. That was an experience. So anyways, and there was this new Rocky Patel I was trying out. Rocky Patel is probably one of my favorite brands right now, one of the top brands, but they have an Edge line, and this one here is this, they call it an A10. It's like a hybrid wrapper blend. Honestly, it's been sitting in my humidor for a while, and it smells good. It's not as rich as I normally like my cigars, but we're going to give this one a shot tonight. So here's the basic rules with when I go live. Just make sure I don't get my finger on that. So pretty much when I get smoking, my show is going to last as long as my cigar. So if I'm on a nub, then it's a short show. Because like the rest of you, I have a life. Hey, Mercedes. Mr. Boyd. What's up, brother? So thanks, guys, for jumping on. But like I said, this is going to be it's going to be a trial and error. We're going to be running this for a few weeks or months till I figure out how to do something like this. That's interesting. Yeah, David, it depends, right? 45 to 60 minutes, depends on the smoke. You know, I'm a big 660, so for those of you guys don't know, that's a 6-inch cigar, and the gauge is a 60-inch gauge. Those are by far my favorite, especially in that medium to a little stronger blend. I like those because they have a really rich flavor, but those can be a 2-hour cigar, so I guess it all depends. So if I can get some buddies on, I've talked to quite a few of my friends. Yeah, I've never seen a strapped wrapper either, so I was pretty interested in trying it. This is the Rocky Patel A10 Edge. A10 Edge, so. Talking with an old friend, Mercedes, earlier today, which was awesome. We were a bit of a trouble squad in high school. We had a lot of fun. She made getting through class a heck of a lot easier. We would, I don't know how much work we got done, but we'd always enjoy hanging out. We had a lot of same mutual friends, and I wrestled with a lot of her family. But she's Mexican in California, so like half of California was family. That was for you, Mercedes. But no, seriously, she had a lot of family on the wrestling team. And I think actually you were a stat girl, weren't you, Mercedes? Maybe not. I can't remember. All I know is we had classes together. But, so we're going to go ahead and give, we're going to give this one a shot. Ooh, that's good. Listen, I don't know. Yeah, you were a stat girl. You see? I knew you were at the table. I couldn't remember. I was too busy wrestling. You know what, Mercedes? You want to hear the worst part about all those years? Do you know that I have 0 pictures? What up, Chris McCoy? I have 0 pictures, 0 video of anything. My kids only hear stories. They don't even know if I was a good wrestler, was I an okay wrestler, was I a horrible wrestler? I don't even know. I think I was all right. But yeah, that one always sucked. I always wished I had more. I had more. So anyways, for those of you guys, if you enjoy a whiskey, a bourbon, scotch, even rum, I would say it's any of the dark liquors. If you enjoy anything like that, really, no, there wasn't. Listen, so Mercedes, I never got in good with the yearbook folk. I don't think I ever got a picture because I think I still got them. But so for those of you guys who missed already, so Mercedes and I went to high school together, and she hit me up. We chatted a little bit today, which was nice. But this is back in California, in Victorville, California. What's up, Coach Jesse? ATF, that's right. Episode 1. We're going to figure this out. Oh, so I got the alcohol. I brought the tobacco. And I just got a new lower. And this is my SIG P320. So I'm real excited about this one. There we go, okay? Okay, everything's good. Everything's clear. But I am pumped about this new grip that I just put on with the Picatinny. This is my daily carry. And for those of you in states that actually support the Second Amendment, this one here is one of my smaller mags at 16. So 15 in the mag and 1 in the chamber. So typically, though, my secondary is a 17 round that I carry. And then this one also goes into my gun kit where I have 2 37 round mags for fun because I can. So I'd love to know one thing. So anybody who's watching, 3 things I'm looking for. Either what is your go-to cocktail if you're going to have one? If you are into smokes, what is your go-to? Not the fancy, but more of your common everyday smoke. I would say let's keep it under the $10. And if you're smart and if you're smoking regularly, then you're keeping it under $5. Otherwise, that would be an expensive habit. And last but not least, I would love to know, what is your daily carry? This is mine, my Sig P320. Nice and compact, does the job. Comfortable, and nothing like a 6 hour. So anyways, if anybody wants to come on, let me know. If you want to chat, you want to tell me you think I'm crazy, I don't care what it is, but I'd love to have you on while I sit and enjoy my evening here with you guys. Smoking results, but it's more than $10. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Coach. So one of the things I'll share with you guys is a website I use, Holtz.com. So one of my very good friends, another entrepreneur, very successful business owner, turned me on to them, HOLTS.com. So if you go to Holtz.com, you will find tons of deals all the time. So I'm usually watching, and I'll pick up cases, Alec Bradley's, Rocky Patel's, you name it, like tons of high-end cigars that are normally going to cost anywhere from $8 to $20 a cigar. But if you buy a box, typically you can score 60, 70, even 80% off. So that's usually how I do it. What up, Rashard? My fellow Second Amendment lover. How we doing on your cigar collection? Do you need some more? Rashard is a great friend of mine, also a business partner in one of our second businesses. What's up, Brennan? Another one of my longtime friends, grew up together. I'll tell you what, though, I'm still on the fence with this one. It's a double leaf different. It's like a stripe wrapper, maybe like a little fun blend, but it keeps giving me kind of a mixed flavor. I don't really know where to lean on it. So far, so good. We'll see. So here's one of the other things too. I don't know about you guys, but I always find that when I get to about this far in the cigar, that's really when the flavor takes off. So anyways, what's up, Braden? So Mondays, man. Tell me about your Mondays. So one of the things I have found in success versus non-success is in my preparation, okay? So full disclosure, I did not prepare for this week, which I'm typically pretty good at. So, of course, this Monday was an absolute shit show. Not one of my better Mondays. Did not get as much accomplished as I wanted to get accomplished. And before you knew it, it was close to 4 o'clock. And then I'm like, oh, I better start getting some work done. So how do you prepare for the week? Love to see what you guys have to say about that. How are you preparing as you go into the week? Doesn't matter what you're doing. Whether you are somebody's employee, whether you are the employer, whether you sit in a management role, you're a full-time mom, you're single, you're a student. How are you getting yourself prepared for the week? And do you see the difference, right? When you take some time to write stuff down, do you see the difference in how your week goes? Even if you don't hit your goals, do you see the difference in it? I know I do. Big time. This is really good. I would definitely recommend it. Who's out there watching whiskey, bourbon, scotch? What's your favorite? Put it in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. Again, so the one I'm on tonight is the Old Forester 1897, bottled in bond. It is 100 proof, and it is smooth. And right towards the end, what I love about it, it's got a little bit of a sweetness that comes in. It's good. I like it. So typically when I open any sort of whiskey or... Listen, I'm just going to make a couple things clear. I know there's a difference between whiskey, bourbon, and scotch. I'm not going to care when I talk outside of scotch. I never seem to forget the difference when I say a scotch because it has a unique flavor. But when I say whiskey and bourbon, I'm probably going to call bourbon whiskey and whiskey bourbon from time to time. Just putting it out there. I don't really care. I hope you guys don't. When it comes to selection, I know there's a difference. But tonight, as we're speaking, what's your whiskey? Put it in the comments. I'd love to know. Are you a whiskey drinker? Are you a rum drinker? Because rum's another one I do like with a cigar. I'll tell you, it'll go whiskey, rum, or red wine for sure. I don't drink on school nights, but I like tequila. You know what, Jesse? That's pretty much the only nights I really like to. It helps take the edge off. Of course, I work from home these days. So right about 3:30, 4 o'clock till about 7, it just gets a little more difficult to get work done in the house, but such is life. I did shut my office down. It just didn't seem like to serve any purpose. At least today, for now. We'll see. I'm currently considering whether we have enough room on the property, so building an office right here on the property, or maybe leasing a building again. But it's just with the change in the way business is done, and truthfully, I can do everything now, even more than before, remotely. It just didn't seem like it was a good move just to keep all the overhead. But all right. Well, I'm definitely going to check that out. I like tequila, but I'm a tequila sipper. Office of Dreams, hell yeah, yeah. That's probably what I'm going to do. So we're getting some contractors to take a look at it. So, anyways, how'd your Monday go, guys? It's the first day of the month. Second month in a new year. We talked about this on the last time I jumped on. Where were you with your goals, right? Hey, Tammy, how are you? Where were you with your goals? Where were you with getting into the new year? And were you already letting yourself kind of fall off, right? Were you hitting this point where you weren't going to hit the goals, and so you backed yourself off of it, right? And so now, if you're into fresh starts, this is the first day, a Monday, of a new month in a new year, where you have endless opportunities. I'll say it over and over and over again. 2021, you guys. 2021 is going to create more entrepreneurs, more self-made millionaires, I believe, than any year will ever create. The opportunities are endless. You're basically being forced into creating something for yourself. That's what that's for. I'm just playing. I don't care. Nick, how we doing, buddy? I'm still mixed about this one, I'll be honest with you. Not sure crazy about it. Justin, what's going on, buddy? All the way from Vegas. So again, welcome. For those of you who just jumped on, welcome to our my first test run episode. So we're gonna do more of these. I'm gonna try to keep this consistent on Mondays. Then probably gonna add Friday nights. I'm gonna try to get guests to come in. I think Friday nights would be a great time to maybe do something on location, or I got a lot of cool ideas. I think this will be fun. Look, I'm looking to change things up just like most of you guys are, especially with the way that social gatherings have changed. They're not too different here in Kansas, to be honest with you. The rest of the world seems to be suffering a little bit more, but that's kind of the route I think I'm going to go. I'm going to start doing some stuff on Monday nights, really start to kind of put together the concept of what it is. But more importantly, I really want to open up to you guys. I'd love to know about the things you guys like when it comes to the ATF, right? The trifecta, the alcohol, tobacco, and the firearms. And of course, as always, throughout the live and throughout the show, that if there's anything I can help you with when it comes to answering questions, whether it be business or family, I'd love to help where I can. But more importantly, help you find the right cigar, help you find the right liquor for the evening for those who enjoy a nice cocktail. And if you are into firearms, then let's talk. Let's see, what is it that you enjoy doing? And that's really going to be the base of it, guys. It's really going to come down to whether you guys want to chat or not. For me, I told you, you're getting a cigar. That's the time. You're getting a cigar. Not much. How am I? I'm good, Justin. Staying busy and working on building the businesses to another level this year. So there's always something to do. That is for sure. That is for sure. You know what I'm really actually pumped about too is making a studio. No rush though. That'll come in time. That'll come in time. I got a question for you. Put in the comments. Thumbs up if you agree. But who here, myself included, who here overthinks opportunities for yourself? Who here takes an opportunity and overthinks it to where you fail even before you get started? Yeah. Something like this show, right? Listen, I'd love to have a podcast here that I can get out, get it on YouTube, put out a podcast. Who knows, right? I'd love it if people found it valuable. I'd love to be able to attract like minds, and I'd love to get into conversations, right? But I'll be honest. In the past, something like this would I'd overthink it. I'd want to get this together and get that and get a studio built and get the right mics and get blah blah blah. And you know what? What am I doing today? I'm just grabbing a cell phone, clamping it to the pole of my heater here, and I'm just getting live for you guys. Because the truth is, it's just about getting content out, right? It's just about talking to you guys and finding others who want to be a part of this, right? Those who want to jump on. And that's really it. I want to share. I want you to get to know me, right? I want you to get to know the things that I like to do, and I want to get to know the things that you like to do. And we can find the common bond there. I'm going to smoke the rest of this, but I'm not a fan. I mean, it's all right. But but I paid for it, so I'm gonna enjoy it. That's for sure. I'm gonna take a break. We'll finish this up this evening. I'll help Mama get the kids to bed. Mr. Dave Harmon and Greg Blake. Hey, didn't you say you were going to call me the last time I was on? Whatever happened to that? You never called me, dude. Yo. You sipping on a cocktail, my friend? If you are, post it. Put it in. What are you drinking? So I shared this earlier. I am tapping into Old Forester 1987. Very good. So I've been working through the progression. I have one more bottle. But I've been working through the progression of the Old Foresters. All right, I'm going to hold you to it, Greg. I'm going to hold you to it. So like I said, welcome to the first episode of ATF, the ATF show, hosted by Rigo Murillo. What do we talk about? Only the three most important things: alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Why not? That's what I thought. I like them. And then, of course, we can splash in other stuff. So I've got some friends that I talk to, too. It's going to be fun when I get them on. I'm not going to lie. This is where I kind of start to overthink it. I mean, I guess I can have them on like this. But I kind of really want to have a better setup, right? So I can ask them about their lives and have them enjoy with me. But, hey, listen, if you're having a cocktail tonight, have one with me. Come, join the party. Hit me up. I'll bring you in. We can chat. Talk about whatever you want. Talk about what I should have done is grabbed a different cigar tonight. What I also shared was basically my piss poor performance being caused by the lack of preparation. I did enjoy my Sunday evening. I'm working on my bar and building some shelves, getting it looking proper. I want to get my adult hangout up and going. I'm really stoked about it. And I enjoyed myself. Me and one of my sons, Donald, we had a great time. Pretty much the only one that helps me. One of them's useless. 3 of them are too small. And one's a girl who's also too small and doesn't care to help me when it comes to the finer things like using a saw or a nail gun or any tools whatsoever. It's just complicated and ends up pissing me off. And my wife would like to help, but I don't like her ideas. Shh. Actually, she has some good ones, but I like mine first. Listen, if it's going to be kind of a man cave, but it's not, but kinda, but it's not, and I want it to look the way I want it to look. But she did have some good ideas when it came to the shiplap. I am glad I went with the shiplap. First off, saved myself a ton. Thank you, Braden. I know you'd love to help. I'm sure you'd do a fine job too, kid. So, what are you doing? What's your evening going like tonight? How's the start of the week look for you? Now, you guys are quiet tonight. I'm glad you guys are jumping on, so thanks for being here. But I'd love to know, how's your day look? How's your evening look? How's the rest of the week look? You excited about this month? I am. I'm actually really pumped about February. Going to be heading to a conference this month too, so that'll be good. First big conference in a year. So it'll be fun to see how that goes. Hey Don, can you turn the heat down on that thing? It's actually getting a little hot, a little toasty. My bald head doesn't take much to pick up some of the heat.
Maybe it's warmer over here. Oh, it is warmer.
So I found myself today bumbling around, trying to prioritize what task was going to be first and getting things organized and ready for the week. How do you guys do it? If you're watching this later, why don't you post it in? What are your tactics for organizing? How do you prioritize your day? How do you attack it? Do you stay on task till you get those done? Do you give yourself a cutoff? Right, I'm going to work 8 hours, I'm going to work 10 hours, I'm going to work 12 hours. You know what I was actually thinking about today? What about naps? Who here takes naps? Somebody brought that up the other day. Today was a day that I actually thought, what a great idea. Wouldn't naps be a great idea? I don't know how practical that is. I'm not drinking anything tonight. Just tucked, what do you usually say, Dave? Let's see here. Tuck the young ones in. You know what's crazy? David, that's actually what I'm going to do when I'm done. So about another 35, 40 minutes is when I tuck the little ones in myself. But if I didn't forget, I think you're on the East Coast, right? So that would make sense, right? For me, it's at 9 to 9:30 I get them to bed. But thanks, man. I'm glad you're here, dude. I'm glad you're here. So, you know, it was actually really cool. I changed out, like I said, I changed out the grip on my Sig here the other day. And I was actually quite surprised on how easily the Sig comes apart. It's just a lock in place here for those who have Sigs or don't. And this is still fairly new. Bring the switch down. I got to do it this way though because it's the, right? Release here, slide, done. And then what's interesting is how quickly this section comes out here. So it's pulling the pin and twisting to where there's this groove right here on the pin. And that took me probably an hour to figure out. So I'm not going to lie, I had to YouTube it. Because I could not get the pin out. And I was pissed. But there's this little groove right there on the pin. See, can you see it? And you got to twist it and pull so it almost pops itself out. And then it's a lift here. And then a pull back. And ta-da, just like that. Your trigger assembly is out, and now you can change out whatever lower assembly you want. So just like that, I kind of took it from the P320 Compact that did not have the Picatinny and lost just that lip. So I had to use a 13-round mag, and just like that, I was able to get it back. So process is still the same. Drop it in with the trigger, and you kind of cock it in. Look at that, I look like a pro, right? Look like I've done this about 50 times. And now the key is twisting this back in, okay? So maybe I should make a YouTube on that. So twist it back in, ta-da, there you go. The start of February has been a little stressful. My Impala stopped working. Yeah, that sucks. There you go. Once you twist it back in, keep it straight. Take your upper assembly, slide it on, bring the switch back, and you are good to go. Just like that. Look at that. See how easy that was? Boom, like a boss. So that was a little lesson for you guys who own a Cig. That actually went a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna go. I'm not kidding. You should have seen me fumbling around. But it's one of those things, like right when you finally figure out the trick, you're like, oh my God, it's so easy. It's so easy. Gina, what's going on, girl? So you missed it. I just gave everybody a quick lesson on a teardown on a P320. This is my go-to concealed carry. I have opened it up. Anyone else wants to share theirs? I'd love to see what you're packing. If you are enjoying a cocktail. If you are not, that's fine. Love to see what you're drinking. And if you enjoy the finer things in life, like a good cigar, I'd love to see what you're smoking. Now, I'm not going to bash Rocky Patel because I love Rocky Patel. This is definitely not going to make my list again. It's just too weird. No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just, it's not consistent. I don't know. I got to take a little more research on it and see what they've done inside. But, yeah, I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, though. The whiskey's on point. This Kentucky bourbon, this Old Forester's. Just a little bit of ice. So typically what I do is I'll try my whiskey first. What is a good cigar? Well, depends on what you like, but I'll tell you this. One of the ones I'm really starting to enjoy right now is the Oliva. Oliva, maybe I'm saying it right, maybe I'm saying it wrong. Man, they just make some good cigars. Rich, robust flavors. There's a couple particular brands or types that they make that I like the most. Some of them are more classic. It's the Churchill. I'll have to bring them on, and what I'll do is I'll put a little recommendation together. But all of them make some good ones, some really good ones. Ashton, you can never go wrong with an Ashton. Rocky Patel make great cigars as well. I was almost going to bring on a Monte Carlo, which is awesome. So it really just depends. Do you like a lighter flavor? Do you like a medium body? Do you like a real rich body? And then you really just start to play around with it. But for like a good all around, to be honest with you, a Rocky Patel Edge Torpedo is probably one of the best all around. Good medium blend, not too harsh. So if you like cigars, if you've never really smoked too many of them, that one right there will hit the spot, and not too expensive. You can typically get them on sale. Alec Bradley's been making the list too. Punch has been making the list. Nub, really enjoying those. Not to be mistaken with a Cane nub. Cane are great too. I see some people like them, some people don't. I like them. I think they do a great job. But if you really want like a good smoke, man, it's so hard. You know what? That's what I have to do. I have to make my list, my top 10. See, but here's the thing. This is what I noticed. I enjoy cigars, whiskey, /bourbon, /scotch. And as much as I love everything to do regarding firearms, I am finding that the more I search, man, there are some incredible people out there. I cannot wait to reach out to some of my friends that just really know their stuff when it comes to this. So that's what I'm hoping to bring. Is I'm hoping to start attracting some of them on, because I'd love for them to share not only with me, but to share with you guys as well what their recommendations are. Because man, there's some people out there that just really got this down. But I'm, like I said, I still consider myself an apprentice in this world. But that's because I'm actually getting in it. So I would say to the common person who never really gets into this, has a cigar once in a while, I probably know more, but you get into the cigar world, man, these people, they take this serious. But wait till you see my humidor I'm building. Oh yeah. That says serious. It'll be cool. It's one thing at a time. I gotta finish the bar first. Which I am pretty pumped about. Man, that is a good whiskey. That is a really good whiskey. Cigars, whiskey, and honky tonk women. There you go. Victor. ATF, right? It's the ATF show. That's what you say. Hey, hi, this is Rigo Morello. Welcome again to another great episode of the ATF show, where we talk all things alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. And just for Victor, honky tonk women. That was a close call. Almost got my pants dirty. And you're absolutely welcome, Mr. Dave Harmon. It's good talking to you, man. Hope things are going well for you. So what do you guys want to chat about? Guy Harrison. What's up, brother? There's a man that knows how to work hard. So if this is your first time ever watching me go live, know this. This is the rules. We talk about anything you want. Take care, David. Good talking to you, man. Have a good night, too. But it lasts as long as my cigar does. So when my cigar's over, well, then I'm off. But in the meantime, while I enjoy the cigar and the whiskey, what I like to try to do is open myself up to whatever you guys got from questions. What would you like to know? How can I help? Especially when it comes into the world of entrepreneurship, starting your own business, whether it be on the side or whether it be full time. How can I help you navigate through the waters and avoid some of the mistakes that I've made over the years, some of the mistakes that I've seen other business owners that I work with make. And that's just one of the things that I like to do. So I love being able to share knowledge. Nothing is sacred to me. It all comes down to your work ethic and how you're going to apply it anyways. So the more books you can read, the more coaches that you can bring in, the more people that you can work with, the better. It's just going to make you more successful and you're going to hit the goals you want. Some folks are entrepreneur type. So if that's what you're doing, work on the entrepreneurship. Regardless, it takes the same amount of work and same effort. When you're building success for somebody else, just like you're building it for yourself. It doesn't change, and it's all about your ethics, your work ethics, how you apply yourself, and honestly understanding how to gain the knowledge and get the help you need. That's what it always comes down to. Nobody is going to be able to do this themselves, no matter what. You're always going to need people, and the longer you try to hold it on your own back, the faster you're going to burn out. It takes a team, always does. Now, some folks are better creators than others. But it still takes a team. It still takes people to bring it in. So, but back to the tobacco. What are you guys smoking on tonight? Is there anybody out there having a cigar with me? Please tell me somebody picked up one better than I did tonight. It's not bad. I just don't like it. I think when it comes to tobacco, there really is a bad cigar and a good cigar. But when it comes to whiskey, I don't really think there's a bad whiskey or bourbon. I really think it has to do with your palate. Now, that being said, I think there are good whiskeys and bourbon. Better than some. This is definitely one I'm enjoying. You know what this would be really good as? This would make an amazing old fashioned. An Old Forester fashion. An Old Forester old fashioned. Is how I would want to say it. I think that's how I'd want to say it. An Old Forester old fashioned. I'll tell you this. I'm ready for spring to hit. I'm definitely ready for spring to hit. So what's going on, guys? Share with me. Let me know how your Monday went. I shared with everybody earlier, mine did not go as planned. And that's because it wasn't planned. And that's exactly it. It all comes down to that. It all comes down to that piss poor preparation preventing poor performance. What was that? Yeah. Promoting poor performance. It goes a couple different ways too. But essentially it's all the P's, right? And you know what's funny is that's not normally in my habit. I do a lot of focusing on preparing myself, even if it's somewhat. But come the weekend, I'm usually at least even mentally preparing, but I usually write it down. Okay, these are the things I've got to address and I've got to hit. A little bit of checking my emails and Sunday, and I don't really respond, but at least scanning and taking a look helps me kind of outline what needs to be done. But I'm making a shift too. I'm starting to try to move most of my clients off of Monday. My Monday did not go as planned because it was not planned. It wasn't. Spent 2 or 3 hours just trying to get my ass back in gear. There's just too much going on, and it's easy, you know? Good. Good, Victor. I'm glad to hear that. Have a good night's rest, my friend. So you can get at it bright and early. That's a good whiskey. That's a nice boulder. You guys know what that's from? That's a nice boulder. Alec, what up, my brother? I'd love to bring you on, but I know your freaking camera don't work. Who can tell me that? Who can tell me, how about this? If you can tell me where that line is from, I will send you a sampler of cigars. That's a nice boulder. The first one to do it. Whether it's live or in the comments within 24 hours. FR. You got to help me. What does that mean? For real? For real? Maybe, did I get it? For real? For real? Is that what that means? Yeah, I'll send you a sampler. I will. I might just pull it from my own private reserve or get something nice. That's a nice boulder. That's the last time I'm going to say it. You got to tell me what movie that's from. And the personality that said it. That's your only hint. Maybe I'll give you one more. No? Oh, they're never going to get it. Dang! You're not old enough to smoke, buddy. Braden got it. Yes, it's from Shrek. But you're not old enough to smoke. Good. That's a nice boulder. That was Donkey. When my oldest, who's 21 now, when he was little, that kid would watch Shrek 3-4 times in a row. But this is back in the days of VCRs. Who knows about VCRs? So we had to buy a tape rewinder because the VHS, right, would take forever to rewind. So Shrek would end, and he would start getting pissed. So first off, he wanted his chocolate milk, and he wanted to watch Shrek. And so I'd have to take the movie out, stick it in that speed rewinder, zip that thing back to the beginning, and then start it over for him. And he would watch it over and over and over again. Now these kids got everything on demand. They got their iPhones, iPads, laptops, TVs. They got everything playing at the same time. We used to have to watch things on VHS. Before that, I'm trying to remember the tapes. We had friends that had these. They were like a compact disc, but they weren't like the CDs or the DVDs that we know today. They were like big-ass records. That didn't last very long. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. What was the VHS, and then there was another one. There was another kind of a tape. And that didn't last very long either. If I was old enough, I probably would have invested in it. I have the most terrible tech investment know-how. I swear to God, I have picked every single type of technology that was never going to last. If anybody wanted to make millions of dollars on me, they'd have picked everything I said not to. They would have been just fine. Like the super disk drive, if anybody even knows what that was. Yeah, VHS beta. Yeah, that's what it was. Showing your age, Steve. That's what we're doing. I don't even know if anybody buys DVDs anymore. You know what the sad thing is that what happens if your internet stops working? Like, we're so dependent on the digital stream. But honestly, I love it. I'm like, oh, a new movie came out? Done. Hey, it's cheaper than going to the movies, too. Even if I rent one for $15 to $20, my whole family's sitting down, we'll watch a movie, right? Yes, DVD is so 8-track now. For real, Steve. That is so true. Let me see, how do I do that? Oh, there we go. Learning how to hit the emojis while going live. Whatever. One of my sons out here giving me the look. You think I'm old? I was on Facebook before it was cool. I had a MySpace, bitch. I was friends with Tom. Who else was friends with Tom? You give me smiles. Yeah. Come on, Steve. Were you friends with Tom? It says, hell yeah. Jared Hanson. How you doing, buddy? He was my first, he was like everybody's first friend, right? Dude, if you guys want to see something funny, go back to my profile pics. Go look at the first pic that I put on my Facebook page, right? Facebook was like brand new. This was in 2008, I believe, is when I started my Facebook. Look at my Facebook profile pic. Pretty funny. Let's just say I had a different focus. Still a dad, still a husband, but I was definitely in a little bit of a better shape. Yeah, I believe it was 2008. Tom was everybody's friend. Boy, did he turn out all right. Didn't they turn out all right, those guys that first started all this shit? Looks like you're late to the show. A little bit. Got a little bit longer. You know what's funny though? Like, man, I remember people even back then, like, they were just fighting social media. Like, did not want anything to do with it. I knew that social media was going to be just a change to everything. Thank you. Now, I will say this, though, Steve. This is the Edge from Rocky Patel, but it's not the normal Edge. It is, they call it an A10. It is a wrapped blend. And, yes, it was the mark of the beast. Every generation, something new is the devil. I'm not crazy about it. Now, I'll tell you this. It's gotten a little bit better as it's gone further in. But... I don't know. Maybe someone else will like it. I don't think it's a bad cigar. I haven't had a Rocky that's not bad, but not real crazy about it. And no, Jared, you're not late. Hey, listen, man, if you want to jump on and say hi, let me know. I'll invite you guys in. That goes for anybody. If anybody wants to chat, just hit me up. You guys are more than welcome to jump in. I am, yes, of course. Patron's great. So you're a tequila drinker as well, then. So you connoisseur in the tequilas like I do the whiskey, bourbon, scotches, and rums. All right. Let's ring it in, Steve. There we go. Can you hear me? Let's see. Did it come on? Did you come on? Looks like it's adding you right now, Steve. So I'll give it a second. My messages are blowing up and it's blocking my screen. Give you a second here. Let's see if the powers will be will let you in. I don't know what's going to let you in, buddy. How do you join? Well, you asked, and then I approved it. And let me try this. It says you're already in the broadcast. So let me do this. Let me end it. You guys are having fun watching two old guys try to go live. Oh, there it is. How we doing? Can you hear me? All right. Well, that wasn't too painful, was it? There we go. Oh, Steve, I can't hear you. I don't know if your signal is kind of dropping in and out. We'll give you a second. How am I coming through? Am I coming through all right? No. Is it just crappy all around then for both of us? Looks like we've got some connection issues. Oh man, that sucks. I really wanted to chat too. Let's see. See if we get a shot. So if anyone else is watching, can you let Steve and I know which one of us is coming in, which one isn't? Is it on my end or is it on Steve's end? Got me? Nah, you're frozen right now, brother. You're frozen. So I'm trying to find out. Can anybody kind of chime in? Is it on my end? Is it on Steve's end? Looks like we lost him. Hey, try to jump back in. We'll see if we can get you. I'll send you another invite. Steve is cutting out. Okay. Thank you, Brady. So I'm gonna send you another invite. If you can jump in, Steve, do it. If not, we'll set up another time. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna send it to you right now, brother. So we'll see if this works. Oh, there we go. There we go.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, bro.
Oh, nice.
There it
nice,
is.
Nice.
There it is. How's your evening going?
It's going good, man. Just chilling with the wife and the girls, fixing to pick up the son from his job. Just relaxing. I just jumped on and checked my Facebook and seen you on. So.
Yeah, right on, dude. Right
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I was thinking, just you know what? I'm gonna start doing this shit on Mondays. I think it'd be fun. It'd be a good way to start the week, right?
Yeah, I mean Monday's the best day, right? If your Monday sets the pace, right? If
Yeah.
Monday's shit, your whole week is it, right?
That's
That's why it kills me when people complain about Mondays.
That's exactly right. And I said, you know what? I had a difficult time through my plan on Monday. And I said, that's because I didn't plan my Monday. And you know what? It just goes to show,
Right.
man, if you don't take just 5 minutes, right? Just 5 minutes to kind of prep what you're getting into the next day. Man, it's crazy how you'll spin your wheels. But I looked at that and I said, you know what? If I'm going to try to do something like this, I'm going to do it on Mondays because if it's a good day, then I'm going to share it with everybody and hopefully it'll bring them something positive. If it's a bad day, then I'm going to let everybody know too. And I'll let everybody just turn that day around for me.
Right.
So let me ask you this, brother. Do you enjoy alcohol, tobacco, or firearms?
Oh yeah, I love my firearms, love my tobacco, I love my padrones, and I'm fixing to show you my little stash I got up here. Hold on
All
a
right.
second. Pardon me. This is my very first Facebook Live, so pardon the bad.
Hey, no, you're good, man. Congratulations. Welcome to the to the new age.
So, there's just some of the hold on, let me flip the camera around here. There's where I make my honey mead, but there's some of the tequila I like. And this is probably my favorite tequila right here, man. This is some good stuff, bro. I love that stuff.
Dude, you know what? Take a picture of those and put it into the comments because I'm always going out and trying new stuff to add to the taste testing.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will. I just got to figure out how in the hell to take the picture while I'm on Facebook.
Oh no, just do it later. No, yeah, just do it. Yeah. Just do it later.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, just do it later.
And then I don't know if you now this right here. Check this out. This is a now I've had some stuff straight from. This is Ouzo. This is
I've seen it.
It's a licorice liqueur.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you, you pour this over the rocks and it turns into like a milky white, looks like a white Russian.
Really?
This stuff right here. Yeah, man, make sure you're hydrated when you drink this. This stuff will throw you. And this is some of the best rum I've had from the Dominican Republic. As you can see, it's about empty. I love this stuff. I'm a tequila rum guy.
Okay. No, I love
Not
rum.
really into whiskeys. I do like a good scotch. Yeah, oh, yeah, I'm a rum tequila guy, man.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's a little bit of the stuff I have left right now. It won't fit in there, so I have to put it down sideways. Pardon the noise.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yes. Where do you live at?
So I'm in Wichita, Kansas.
Nice. I'm in North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina.
In Charlotte? I lived in Charlotte for a few years when I was younger.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, Charlotte's all right. It's okay.
I got family out there. How was I? I went back and visited when I was 14, 15. But I think I was around 9. About 9 and 10.
Right.
Lived out there, which I liked it. But, you know, I've done the winters. Lived up in Duluth, Minnesota for it was like 4 winters. So it's like serving a prison stint out there. Dude, I'm telling you, man, that whole area is garbage. Like beautiful people,
Yeah.
beautiful country, but 9 months of winter, that's just stupid.
Yeah, I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay, so
And
yeah,
I've been down. Yeah. I remember the days having to walk backwards into the fucking wind because you couldn't breathe. Right?
no, dude, it would kill you. Yeah. So I
Oh,
just,
God.
dude, I remember when we were out there, and I thought it was a joke. And the schools, it was like negative because we were coming from Iowa, right? So we were living in North Iowa at the time. I'm originally from California. We moved to the Midwest
Okay,
in
right.
2008, and so it took us a while to get acclimated. But now I'm Northern Iowa, Southern, Minnesota area. Man, we
Yeah.
think we got the cold. We got really bad wind chill, and I was working out in the field, so I was working. We were building wind turbine sites, and I mean it was fucking cold. But I was like, dude, I
Yeah.
got this. Like, I got winter. So we head up north, and the company that brought me on, they brought me in the summertime. So the summertime, I think it was like a weekend is really the length of the summer out there. But they
Right.
absolutely brought me up at the right time because I was like, oh my God, this place is gorgeous. We're so moving out here, right? But we get out there and school's getting going. It's like -20, -25. I'm like, fuck this. Kids ain't going to school. And they're like, no, they have to come to school. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, when do we close school here? And they said, -50.
Yeah.
I
I know.
was
I delivered so I drove trucks for 28 years, right? So down south, knowing that I was from Chicago, they always send me north. I was running Canada, Northwest.
okay.
I remember delivering some John Deere parts up in Waterloo, Iowa.
Oh, yeah.
And it literally, the snowdrifts was so bad, it like buried the fucking building.
Dude, the drifts in Northern Iowa are nuts, especially around Waterloo,
Yeah.
all around that area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You go up there and it's like ghost town, but you go inside the building, there's like 200 fucking workers in there working their ass off.
Yeah.
Dude, they would have had a national. If that happened in North Carolina,
They just shut it
there's
down.
one thing Obama said I agreed with. He said they were a bunch of pussies in D.C. because they shut everything down for a little bit of ice. You know, he's like, what? I'm from Chicago. What is this?
Yep.
I totally agree with that. Down here, man, they get like an inch of snow. They shut the schools down. The milk and meat is gone. It's fucking pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a pandemic all over again.
Oh, no, they do it here. Kansas is the same way. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love it here. And the winters aren't so harsh.
Yeah.
Summers aren't so bad. I do miss a little bit more winter, but it is funny, man. They'll get like an inch or two of snow and, school's out. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But you got that Midwest in the Iowa area. Some parts of Indiana, same way too. But you drove, you know what I'm talking about. Once the corn's gone, once the fields are gone,
Yep.
dude, that fucking snow
Yep.
comes through and you cannot see
Oh, yeah.
shit. Like I've had some pretty hairy moments where it's just a 2 mile run, but like I got stuck, and before you
Yeah.
know it, like the drifts came in, and the entire side of my car is buried in snow, and you're just waiting.
Let me tell you a story. So I'm bringing a load every winter. Everybody's apples come out of Yakima, Washington. Right?
Okay.
They store these apples. They put them into hibernation with chemicals.
Yep.
In these caves, and they ship them back east for the East Coast and Midwest. Anyways, I'm coming back across the Twin Sisters, which is a mountain range in Wyoming.
Okay.
And I remember it's solid sheet of ice. I'm running about 45 mile an hour because in a truck, your tires heat up and they stick on the ice.
Okay.
You're good as long as there's not heavy traffic around you. So I'm grossed out. I'm right at 79,000 pounds, right? Here come this young guy in a flatbed step deck with the DC-10 motor on it. He come trucking past me about 55. We're good, man. There's nobody in front of me. He pulls in front of me in the right lane, and then all of a sudden his truck just went right to the median. Now the medians out there in Wyoming go down to like a V.
Yep.
Like a reverse triangle, right? Dude, this truck came a foot. The whole truck and trailer came a foot off the ground. The DC-10 snapped his chains. His cab landed in the left lane westbound. The motor landed in the left lane westbound. And there was a tour bus, a tractor trailer, and 3 cars coming down. But I just got on the CB. I was like, dude, are you all right? And he's like, yeah, but I really think I shit myself.
What did he do? He had some black ice or?
Nah, you know what it is? He just he lost traction. The thing about people don't understand about ice driving is you got to maintain. It's not just speed but momentum.
Mm.
You don't want too much speed because you can wreck. Too low a speed, you can wreck.
Mm.
So you got to maintain an equal speed, and it's usually, depending on your weight, about 40, 45 mile an hour. The problem is these days there's so much traffic on the road.
Yeah,
it's just crazy,
dude. I don't care. I don't
So,
care how.
I've since retired.
Yeah, I don't care how many times I've done it, and I traveled a lot for a long time. I was driving when I first started getting into the wind industry. I was probably putting anywhere between 50 to 70,000 miles a year on the. I was changing out vehicles every year, and it was funny because I remember one day I got up in Abilene, Texas, knocked out a meeting, got in the car, drove back to Des Moines, Iowa, which is a 13-and-a-half-hour drive. Met up with my wife. We were at Kohl's that night. She was getting some clothes on, and I was sitting, where the benches for the husbands, right, in the waiting areas. And I was sitting there while.
For those of you who don't know, that's like a 1900s thing. Every mall had them. You sit on the benches and wait for your wife to get the new shop.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm sitting there, and there's an older fella across from me, and he's looking, and he goes, "Long haul?" I go, "Yep." He goes, "What are you driving?" And I realized I was driving so much, and I looked so like weather. He knew that I'd been on the road. Now he was a retired truck driver. And I was like, "Oh no, I'm not a driver. I just drive a lot." I was like, I just came in from Abilene. I thought that was really funny. But a funny story for you: the first time I come to the Midwest, and I got a picture of it. I get to the wind farm. I'm driving a United Rentals rental truck, an F-150, and I start in the wintertime. So I hadn't seen the fields prior to. Okay, and so we go out. And we're on the roads out where the farms are at, and I realize I passed one of the roads to the turbine, so I go to flip a bitch. I go to flip a U-turn, and my lead tech's with me. He's like, "No, no, 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 no!" Like trying to warn me, like, "Dude, you don't do U-turns here." So I was like, "What?" And I pulled. Well, that's when I found out the ditches in Iowa are the same way. They're big V's. So sure enough, dude, I just went right in it. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Man, I got the truck stuck. And no more than 5 minutes later, so my manager comes out. All the other techs come out. They're all laughing at the California boy. First time. And, I mean, my truck is just – it is. And because of the snow, it's just sticking straight up. Like we had to crawl out the driver's side. And they're laughing at me, and I'm pissed, but what can I say? Like, I just pulled a dumbass, right? And then this farmer comes up with his, oh, no, I never did. So this farmer comes rolling up, and this was his field, and he's got a big-ass tractor. And he's like, what in the hell? And they're like, California boy. He goes, city boy. So he gets out, he grabs his chain, hooks it to my truck, hauls me out of the ditch. That story still doesn't go away, but it was a funny ass moment. Man. I actually got pictures of that. I'll have to find it. It's posted somewhere in my Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or friends on Facebook. Yeah, you got to send them to me, man. That's funny. What part of California?
I will. So I'm originally from Southern California.
What part of California are you from?
Southern California. So I was born and raised in Los Angeles, and then I moved to the high desert up in Victorville off the 15, just above the Cajon Pass. Moved up to the high desert right about junior high, end of junior high.
That's Grapevine up there. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yep. So
yeah, I used to haul back when I started my career when I was in trucking. I originally hauled furniture from High Point, which is the furniture capital, out to the West Coast, and then I hauled textiles out to the LA area and produce. I hauled from San Joaquin Valley, Yuma, Arizona.
Wow.
So yeah, I know exactly where Victorville is. That's country up there, man.
Well, it was
from the big cities to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah, exactly.
It was. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was the country. We were hillbillies, right? When if you looked at absolutely. I mean, Roy Rogers was there and Dale Evans. They had their museum. Yeah. There was equestrian centers everywhere, but it didn't take long. In the mid 2000s, I would say 2004, 5, and 6, the housing boom exploded. That's when I had one of my first companies going, but. That boom took over and a lot of people populated. Unfortunately, that city wasn't really built or designed to manage that kind of growth. It did not do well for the neighborhoods out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like we went to Wilmington one year down at Riceville Beach, and it's the same way. The infrastructure wasn't designed for all that traffic. You know, real narrow 2-lane roads, and it just didn't feel like
Yep.
the beach because there was so much traffic down there. You know, it was more of a small town feel. But it had the
Dude,
small
it-
town
it was
feel
bad.
originally, but then with all the influx of Northerners coming in. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
California, I love California. It was a great state to visit. You know, the people are good in California, but it's like my home state of Illinois. I'm originally from Chicago, and it's the government, man. It's the government just ruins it for
Yep,
everybody.
they ruined it.
You know
They
what I'm
ruined
saying?
it. They absolutely ruined it. I remember when I got the
Yeah.
offer. Now, I was a wrestler too, so as a wrestler, right, there was a couple states I was always interested in, right? Indiana, Iowa, Oklahoma, right? These are always on the list,
Oh, yeah.
right? And so when I got my first offer and they said, wait, so you'd be willing to move to Iowa? It's like, hell yeah. Dude, my wife and I, we wanted to get the hell out of California so bad. We were just ready for a fresh start. And we've enjoyed it. We love the Midwest. We've lived in Minnesota, Iowa, Kansas, all over the area. I got a lot of good friends all over Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas. And that's what I love about being right here is I can pretty much get anywhere I want to, you know? So I can get down into Texas in a day. I could get to the West Coast in a day. Of course, I mean, I'll take planes, but right now, I don't know, man. The last time you've flown, but it's a shit show in the airports.
Yeah, it's a good location to be in, especially if fucking Yosemite blows up. You can get the hell out of the way from the lava flow. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No shit. Well, dude, thanks for jumping on, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no.
My first Facebook Live. I just got done finishing some wine with the wife and watching a TV show with the kids and just chilling, relaxing. And I thought this was a later broadcast. I thought I was like, you know, catching. It was already broadcast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I got suckered into a live. That's all good, man. That's cool.
Hey,
But
dude,
yeah,
no, thanks for joining, man.
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen,
man.
so next, I'm going to do this every Monday for a while. So next Monday, 8 o'clock Central Time, if, you know, just kind of hang out. If you want to chill. You want to bring your wife on. I'm going to try to do this every Monday to get together, meet people, get to know people, and just talk. Like I was earlier in the show, I was saying, all right, what's your daily carry, right? Everybody share your daily carry, right? What you got? What are you sipping on? Now, of course, because I am drinking, I unloaded before I started the show.
Condition 4.
That's exactly right. And then I even did a breakdown. I even showed everybody how to break it down in 3 easy steps.
Yeah, there you go. You know, I don't know. I think it's good that, you know, this is, like you said, you know, technology's changed. You're loving it. I'm loving it too. You know, but even though we have this hard pandemic right now, and there's a lot of propaganda going out, right?
That's right. That's
and
right.
People need to realize that we're all humans, man. It doesn't matter, you know. We all had the same fears, the same mental oppressions. We just need to come together and talk, right?
You know what? You nailed it. You nailed it right there. That's one of the things that I've said is, look, there is common ground with everybody. Number one, like everybody wants to be loved. Period. End of story. Nobody wants to feel alone. If you're a father, then you absolutely want the best for your children. And depending on where your thoughts are, you're looking at whatever decisions you're making, whatever your conscience is feeling, you're feeling entitled, like I need to make this decision because this is the best decision for my family. And what I realize is that when we, especially as men, but anybody as humans, if we can align with the things that really matter, not political views, not anything else, and say, okay, like what are the things that are important to you and me? I guarantee you they're identical. We don't want our family to suffer. We want to make sure our legacy keeps on. We want to be able to provide well for our family. And we want to know that those around us love us. We don't want to end our life without some type of mark on the world, right? And when you look at those, it's like, then there it is, man. You've got common ground. Now build and create relationships. So that's my goal with this, is just meet people like I'm doing now and really get to know, because you know what? The pandemic could have caused areas that's made it hard for some areas of our life, but at the same time, it's forced us to realize that there are other ways that we can create and we can touch. So like here we are getting to know each other, and maybe this would have been in an environment where we had to be in the same town, but now it's your first Facebook Live, you're jumping on, we're getting to meet each other, and there it is. So that's awesome, brother.
It's funny you say that, because like I said, we all face the same mental pressures. You know what I'm saying? We're all like, if you look at me, right? We got so much division in this country. Look at me. I got strawberry blonde hair, right? I'm not totally redhead. My brows are blonde, okay? But you know what? It's funny because my father's full-blooded Italian from Venice, Italy. But you look at me. But I grew up in a Latino neighborhood in Chicago. And people are just, there's people in this world. You cannot recompense evil with evil. It's only good that overcomes evil. And right now, this is an evil versus good battle in our country, right? And they're trying to manipulate our five senses, man. They're trying to pit us against stupid shit like race, I mean, if you really think about it, if you believe what the Bible says, Eve sinned, right? If Eve was perfect, then how did Lucifer get to her? He got to her through her five freaking senses. That's exactly what the powers that be are doing to us as Americans. First and foremost, look, I'm proud of my ancestral heritage, right? And I think everybody should. But
we should be.
We came to this country because it's the land of the free, home of the brave. We are fucking Americans. All right. And I say with fucking with emphasis, right? Because Americans have balls. We don't give up. We fight, right? But we're human. So I'm not pointing blame at the left. I'm not pointing blame at the right. I'm just saying, hey, you know what? Let's stop letting this bullshit get in our heads and start thinking common sense. What's good for our families? What's good for our
absolutely.
What's good for our neighborhood,
That's right. Well, that's exactly it. And I think the more of this we do, the more of this opportunity where we can get together like this and we spread the word, the more people will see it. Because you know what? We're not as divided as the media wants us to believe. We're not. And it's funny you say that. You've got Italian roots, right? My father came from Costa Rica. He's Italian and Spanish by blood. He came to this country, met my mother. My mother's Scottish. She's coming out of Maine. You look at this, so many of us, like, trust me, brother.
But
like
wait a minute. You look Mexican, though. What's going on with that shit, man? You look like you're like Chicano, bro.
Dude, I love it, right? I get this all the time, but no, man. Costa Rican and Scottish, and it's funny because you let the beard grow and it starts turning red. Yep. It's all red.
No, I got one better for you, dude. When I'm in my gear and people see me riding this bad boy right here, let me see if I can get it in here. My Harley Davidson.
Yep.
Oh, you're a freaking redneck, man. I'm like, dude, I'm from Chicago, man. I'm a city kid. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on with this?
Yeah, but but that's exactly it, right? But I'm not saying all of us are like this, but the media and so much of our lives want us to judge books by the cover. And when you start to meet people, and I think a lot of us who grow up in inner cities, we get exposed to certain cultures, and then we move to other areas. We're so much more open because we've had that influence. And I think it's our jobs to really help bring that out to our communities. Like, I'm actually excited. Right. Tomorrow is my first board meeting. I've never done this before. I moved into things have been good for me, and I've been working my ass off and building my business, and we moved into a nice neighborhood. And I was like, you know what? I want to get involved. So I put my name in the ballot, and I got voted as a board member of the HOA here. Right. So tomorrow's my first board member meeting, and I guarantee you, I am not going to be what they're expecting.
Well, look, man, I've taught mixed martial arts for eight years. All right, let me tell you a secret to this, right? So my wife is leaving to pick up the son. She's pissed at me because I'm smoking, which I haven't smoked in 10 years. but I ran out of vape juice. It was quicker to get to the cigarettes. But anyways, let me give you a secret to the board meeting, right? So in the stare down, when we do the stare down, right, in any fights you see, Mike Tyson said it the best, right? He said, if I was doing a stare down with a guy and the guy looked away, like if he's staring you down and the guy looks down like that, he said that he knew the guy would come out 3 to 4 rounds, maybe strong, but he knew he'd win the fight because the guy didn't have it mentally, right? It's all in your head. Fighting is 90% mental, 10% skill set, as I would always say, right? So it's not that the intimidation from the other guy, the muscles, the tattoos, the growling, the showmanship, that's all just smoke and mirrors, right? It's your ability to have the confidence in your own skill set, right? Yeah. So I know what's going through your head. Man, oh my God, do I have what it takes? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to be professional enough? Am I going to be on their level? You know what? Be professional, be calm. You know, when it comes to chaos, the person that can control the chaos wins the fight. And I'll give you an example. Apple, man. You go into the Apple store, it's chaotic as hell. But they service every customer. And if you talk to somebody at Apple, they'll tell you their specialty is managing chaos. You know? So here's the thing. You got 2 choices in life. You can believe the negative thoughts that come in your mind, or you can believe the positives.
There it is.
The good thing is we got free will choice, and you can hold on to whatever thought you choose. You know, screw that, dude. Don't let the negative thoughts in. You know what? I've battled depression. I've been there myself. I'm human, right? Just light has no fellowship with darkness.
That's right.
The more you put the positive on, the more the darkness has to flee, man. So you got this. You got this. It's going to be a successful day.
Wise words, man. Wise words. I think that's a great way to end it too, brother. Wise words. Well, listen, thank you very much for joining me tonight. And absolutely, like I said, come back anytime. I'm going to try to do this a few times a week, but for sure I'll be on Monday nights so we can start our week well. So, but thanks for jumping on.
Hey, I'm going to hit you on the side porch and I'll give you my cell phone.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Let's connect. Let's connect for sure, brother. Yeah. Absolutely. I'd love to. All right, man. So, all right. You have a good night, Steve. Thank you so much for jumping on. Hey, God bless you too.
Later now.
So that was, that was great. That was great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Steve, for jumping on tonight. So we'll end it there. My cigar's up. I think that was a great first episode. So I'm looking forward to this. And Steve said it great, man. You can't have darkness and light in the same place. I love getting to meet people. I love getting to see that the world is not as divided as some people like to keep it. So, all right, my cigar's up. I've got a quick play that I've got to be in. I am a lumberjack in the Robin Hood play that my kids have got set up. So now that my cigar's up, I'm going to go to end the night. So anyways, thank you from me to you, Regal Murillo, once again, in our first episode of ATF. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you.